Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael.
My name's Cleve.
And welcome to an exciting episode of Friendship
Supreme.
Oh, that was a beautiful steamboat you did there.
Yeah.
Well, the podcast that dares to ask, what are they going to do to Mickey?
So much.
Oh no. What
The
happened,
mouse
Cleve?
finally an L. One of the, I would say an official L.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting world we're walking into. As of the other day, the official copyright, I think is it copyright or trademark?
Yeah.
Something else.
Disney loses famous Mickey Mouse copyright. in
Oh, copyright.
2024.
Okay, sorry. So it's copyright laws. My bad. Because one of them anyway.
I mean, it's what the episode's about. You can go ahead and say it.
One of them essentially allows them to continue to earn money off of it. Like, you still can't do certain things with Mickey Mouse. Like, you still can't make money off of him in a way like where you're selling merchandise that looks like they're like, you have to be really careful what you're touching. My
understanding was they couldn't use Mickey Mouse in a way that made it seem like it was still backed by Disney.
Oh, right.
I mean, like, depending on what the shirt's got on it, right? If he's
Yes.
like if he's humping like like those edgy shirts, then that flies.
I'm gonna tell you now, Disney's still gonna come for you. You got to be on your P's and Q's for that shit. If you're gonna toe the line, you're gonna need to make sure you're towing it real smart. Because let me tell you, Disney's got lawyers. A lot of them. I mean, for fuck's sake, we had the other day, I don't know if you heard this story, but Luke Combs is a country singer, and this lady was making tumblers with Luke Combs on it and different stuff about Luke Combs. And one of his lawyers, much like the trademark, the copyright people that, strike all of our videos down whenever we post clips with music in it, well, there's so many of them. One of these lawyers that just goes through and tries to find people that's selling illegal shit found this lady and like she ended up owing like 10, 15, 20 grand, something like that. And she, woe is me on the internet. I didn't know I couldn't do this. And so Luke Combs eventually made it better for him. Not much. According to her, it was only like $300, $400, something like that. But it was weird because Amazon was holding like 10 grand of her earnings, and she swears it wasn't just Luke Combs. There's a lot of like controversy behind this whole thing. It's a lot.
I was gonna say, if I only made $300, you're gonna have to fuck off on this 20,000 lawsuit.
Yeah,
like, here's the 300 I made. Be on your way.
There's a lot of controversy behind it because Luke Combs eventually it became a viral thing, and everybody's like, how are you gonna allow this to happen to this poor single mother trying to earn a living? And Luke Combs eventually was like, I just dropped it, and I'm giving her some money as well, like to help with bills and stuff until Amazon clears.
Is that all we have to do?
Until Amazon clears the money for her and stuff, I'm gonna give her some money and take care of her.
And I want my shit back.
And then people are digging further into it, and they're like, I don't know, this seems real sketchy. And it's her just selling all kinds of Disney merchandise, shit that she shouldn't be selling. It's pretty obvious. But there's so many of those out there on Etsy and shit like that. Just like I was saying, if you're gonna sell,
if you don't want that shit,
if you're gonna sell some stuff, just be careful. Be careful. Make sure you're on top of your thing.
I mean, they've already announced 2 horror movies with
They were just locked and loaded with those bad boys.
It's weird because so the old cartoon, he's Steamboat Willie, but it's Mickey Mouse. So they don't.
Yep, go ahead.
So they're not losing Mickey Mouse. Well, they're losing just that version of Mickey Mouse, which really is just Steamboat Willie.
So it is. Think of it as
Or is he the actor?
Yes. Okay, there you go. You got it.
God,
yes, he is the actor at the time. playing, because it's Mickey Mouse in Steamboat Willie, so he is Steamboat Willie in that movie. Yes, you got it. You nailed it.
I hate fucking Disney people.
What you here for, man?
I hate Disney people so much.
They're the worst. I'm one of them. I hate us. No, I mean, any fandom sucks, right?
People,
We
it's like,
talk about that all the time.
when they're on the cruise, they're on vacation. Shut up.
Oh yeah, each one of the parks in Disney World, you will meet a different version of them. At Hollywood Studios, they're at work. At Disney, at Magic Kingdom, I think they're having a vacation. They're all on a safari at Animal Kingdom, and then at Epcot, I think they're tourists.
You know, for the first derailing of the episode, you know what I think annoys me about that is who's that for? Because they're not for they don't give a fuck. Mickey's Mickey. That's for you grown fucking people that are like,
you
obviously they're on vacation.
Immersion.
Now.
You got to get the money in, right?
So that way, when I say something, you go, well, obviously this is the time where they're fucking digging the oil rig. They're digging for oil right now. This is not vacation time for them.
I'm glad you're understanding it.
And I have to go, shut up.
I'm glad you get all of it now.
Anyway,
you can be one of us.
I hope they make that fucking mouse do everything now, because that's what Disney gets.
Oh, 100%. So this whole so Disney is, and I think at one point in one of the episodes we've talked about this before a little bit. We've touched on it, but Disney is like super pro copyright, and they're kind of the people that started like really snagging things and copywriting like stories and IPs. The irony behind it is like things like Peter Pan and even Frozen and Snow White, all these properties that they own were children's stories, were openly available to everybody, and they said nope, they're ours now, and copyrighted them. And they did that a lot. So they're real abusive with their copyrights. So it is funny that Mickey is now going to be available, but it is very specific. Again, it is only the black and white Mickey with no pants or no it's like no gloves.
I think it's interesting. It's got to be another fucking just loophole that they found in order to buy more time.
Certainly.
But that, like, they're the whole reason public domain got ruined.
Right.
I remember hearing about, like, I was watching the whole thing on it, and it was like there was a lot of stories that like people enjoyed but were lost through time because the writer had died and no one could get the rights to them, to the story, because it didn't follow the public domain like it should have. It was supposed to last like 50 years, which is plenty of time for you to create something, make all the money you need to off your lifetime for it, and then, you know, you croak somewhere. This is hitting public domain, and it has been 96 years. That is a long time for you to have just control.
Oh, they're insanely abusive with the system.
And then you snatch up other stories that are in public domain and then lock those down.
Yes.
And then you're doing all these live actions to re-lock down what you originally locked down. It's just fucking wild how much they've ruined it.
I will point out, and while not quite on the same scale because, you know, it's not successful, but it is very similar to what Fox was continuously doing with things like the Fantastic Four. Where like we were coming up on like your contract is almost up because you got like you promised us you'd use them, and if you don't, we're gonna allow other people to use it. And they're like, oh, let's put this banger out real quick. That's how you got the Silver Surfer. It wasn't as bad, but it wasn't great.
No, I get you though. Yeah, they definitely do that shit all the time.
I think that's how we got the reboot, right? Now that I think about it, that's how we got the reboot too. Was that it was coming up.
For them, the one that got the sequel was probably the better telling out of any Fantastic Four that they've done. Yeah, I get so aggravated about it because you abused the shit out of this, like something that was supposed to be for everybody. Because this is why you get so many renditions of Tarzan and Sherlock Holmes and Hercules, is because these stories are supposed to be out for someone else to take and reinterpret how they like, and then push it back out. And that's how you're supposed to retell all these stories. And Disney said the only story you're going to hear is ours, and then sometimes we're going to put it in a vault where you can't find it. Just kidding. Years later, we're going to put it all on a streaming service.
Except for Song of the South. You know what you did, Disney. Just fucking put it out there. Stop being little bitches.
Yeah, remake that one, motherfuckers. You don't want that copyright? You done with that one?
Stop being little bitches.
You don't want to tie that one down for another 100?
Oh my god. Song of the South.
I want a Song of the South fucking horror movie.
By the way, we did an episode almost 2 years ago now on the Tiana attraction that's coming to Disney.
That finally happened?
It's they're almost done with construction stuff. They've done some videos talking about how great it's looking.
And
real pumped about it.
It's not like an old thing that they've done, right? Like Little Mermaid and shit. Like even Frozen was a public domain story, right?
Yeah. Frozen was the Frozen Queen or the Winter Queen or Frozen Queen, something like that.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. There was all of these had stories. Like it's I mean, they're real manipulative with the system. They're very smart about it. They're a greedy multi-billion-dollar conglomerate that exists, and we allow it, and it pumps endorphins to adults like me who for some reason that was the replacement of our childhood. We didn't have childhoods. We had fucking Disney. That was it.
It helped me out because I don't think I ever remember hearing like, oh, look at this big thing Disney did for the community or for people or for
they have programs and stuff, but nothing crazy. But they have
like handing over $1 billion like this.
No,
baby.
They're not Mr. Beast. They're not out there doing philanthropy in a flashy way. Like even things that some people would be like, oh, look what they do. They have like a college program, and this shit cracks me up. People like love the college program. Right? My wife did the college program, and it's essentially it's low paid labor is what it is, and they chalk it up to like, look at all this experience you're getting, and in reality, like the amount of people that end up staying and actually progressing within the Disney company is not great, and they're just getting paid pennies to do shitty jobs that nobody else wants to do, and then they're all smiling about it. They all love it.
It's interesting how I can enjoy a product and hate it so much.
Yeah.
Because it is on one side, yeah, it's great. I play the fucking games. We have the Speedstorm, the Dreamlight Valley, and the Disney Plus, and then on the other side of it is just these goblins, these ghouls.
They are the elite, and they are corrupt as shit. So I will not be sad to see the Steamboat Willie murder movie that they've proposed.
I didn't watch the Winnie the Pooh one.
I didn't either. I probably won't. I'm not a big horror film guy. Like unless it's cheesy, like hokey stuff.
You don't think that is?
I think it was gorier than I want it to be. I don't know. Now I feel like maybe we need to go see it.
I was gonna say that's a weird sentence. Not seen it.
Yeah.
Does Tigger like bounce around and like?
I think it's just, and that's another thing. I think it's just Winnie the Pooh.
I thought it was.
Are they all included in that?
There is something in a pig mask, but I don't believe any of them were pigs. It's hard to tell. Just blood, and a fucking terrible looking bear. Yeah. That's all I'm really getting a lot.
Kind of like Cocaine Bear. Honestly, I would have paid money and went and seen Cocaine Bear meets Winnie the Pooh. Like if Winnie the Pooh had been Cocaine Bear.
Like, we have not gotten a good versus movie.
I wouldn't even think of versus. I was just thinking like Winnie the Pooh ate a bag of cocaine. But now, hold on a second. I might be on board.
Take that back. Kong Godzilla was fine. It was good.
Yeah, and you got to see.
But yeah, no, I would see a Cocaine Bear thing.
What about Cocaine Tiger or like Tigger versus Winnie the Pooh? That'd be
What
good.
about Tiger King?
Oh God, I would give anything to watch that man get
Cocaine
eaten
Tiger.
alive.
Okay, Cocaine Tiger and
Just a
Cocaine
lot
Bear
of
on a team.
how much how about just a heaping pile of cocaine in the middle of a giant zoo. Whatever animal gets to it gets to it. It's fine.
Oh, you know Tiger King on that king.
That's not even what this episode's about, guys. We're talking about Steamboat Willie and the release of his intellectual property. So basically, we have 2 horror films already in the lock and ready. Supposedly they are going to be
Not
going
take
into
long,
production.
like
Within seconds
on
of
January
announcing.
1st at midnight.
Yep.
They also lost Peter Pan too, but nobody really cares.
Peter Pan's had a ton of like other people do things with it, and including Michael Jackson. And it just, I don't think it has the weight that Mickey has,
sure.
obviously. And I think honestly, oh god,
I think Winnie the Pooh. I know we didn't see it, but I think Winnie the Pooh had like some ears perk up when they heard.
oh,
Because
I'm sure,
yeah.
What I was gonna say is from the Peter Pan property, I actually think that Disney values Tinkerbell significantly more because they developed that character and made her something different than what happened in the stories. No, I mean, I'm excited to see what people have to do, right? That's the point in the public domain, was like, how great is it to get to see what all these people can do with it? Like, it's good to give someone else a avenue to try to express their art in some way. Now, does that mean you're going to get a Steamboat Willie walking around with his Willie out? Yeah, probably. Unfortunately, those people exist in this world, and they're going to keep existing in this world. But it doesn't mean that we should deprive people who are genuinely interested in expressing their artistic expression.
Well, I don't think that you would have gotten those had you not held so tightly to this.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I think if you Google search like Stewie Griffin porn, I think you could find it. So everything's gonna exist out there.
Well, yeah, but like now it's gonna be like a fucking
yeah, for sure,
like a dam breaking.
Yeah.
Instead of like sprinkled around where you accidentally might find it, now it's gonna be like, here's this fucking Mickey porn. Toot, bitch.
Keep in mind that if you plan on wearing any of that, anything with Steamboat Willie doing something inappropriate, into one of the Disney parks, they will not allow you in. So,
well, that's the new exciting thing to try to do.
So for a very long time, fun fact, for a very long time in Disneyland over in Southern California, you could not go in if you wore too much of red or too much of blue. Because of the constant gang war going on in Southern California.
What about a Superman costume?
You're not allowed to wear any costumes as an adult. You can do something called Disney bounding, Cleve. Do you want to hear about that?
I mean,
it's basically what your Dreamlight Valley person does. Every time you're like, I'm going to Disney, and then they dress up like a character, but they're not dressing up as a character.
I was gonna say, I guess I want to know what it is.
You don't. But it'd be like me wearing like a vest that had cow print on it, and then like jeans, and then you would know that I was trying to be Woody, but I don't look like Woody. It's traumatizing to children if you go in dressed up as Mirabelle and people are like, that's Mirabelle, and they see you pounding a fucking beer. So
I will say, I feel like the people that I've seen do it aren't pounding.
Fair.
Or like are conscious of it and like are nice to kids and stuff. But I'm sure.
But they also don't want that.
There's a reason rules exist, right? And it's because somebody came in pounding it, just like fucking Ariel and.
Yeah, the other thing is that right, like there's union issues. You can't be dressed as a character and then get a picture with somebody, and then that's a union issue now, because you're working for free. On top of that, Disney can't guarantee that person that's dressed as that character is not going to behave in an inappropriate way while taking pictures with children or signing things. Also, fun fact, you have to be certified in each signature of each character you do. Like you go through a class for it. I worked in a
No.
hotel once, and one of the people I worked with was like certified in, I don't know, like 20 different signatures. It was real handy. I'd just go back there and have her sign kind of different things for people.
Now, Steamboat can do it with his wiener.
Steamboat can do it with his wiener. If you could see Steamboat Willie in one thing, what do you want him in?
I think. Okay, so we're getting gritty, obviously, right? Because we got Disney, so we're immediately turning it up to 10 with that. I think I want a bit of a not Jungle Cruise, but like what's the other one? I want to see them on the boat. They're fucking fighting snakes and shit, and getting chased down like Indiana Jones style. And it's more of a survival movie.
I'm thinking Anaconda. Going down the Amazon with the yeah. Okay, good. For me, I'd like to see him in Fortnite, Cleve.
Ooh.
I mean, you know what? Fuck around and find out. Fortnite. I mean, you do everything else. You don't need a permission anymore.
Why not?
Just put him in there. I think the Cuphead looking character, that cat, Felix the cat looking guy. You put him in there now. You know why? Because there's nothing I want more than to watch Mickey gun down Goku.
Oh my god! And then gritty away.
And hit the gritty. That's all I could ever ask for. That would complete my life, I think.
We're done. We're done here, guys. Pack it up.
You know, does this give permission to all of the street performers in New York to use Steamboat Willie costumes now instead and not fear getting arrested?
I would say so.
Or sued. Or is that too
But
boring
also,
now?
you have to make it clear that you're not Disney, right? So that might make it a little harder.
Fair enough. Are you allowed to whistle the song?
I don't know if music is under different rules.
Is Disney going to continue? Because right now, Disney currently opens their movies with Steamboat Willie. Are they going to continue doing that, or are they going to step away from it in order to build a separation from the identity of that to prevent any like damage control? So, like in the beginning of the films, you know, they show him,
yeah,
and they show him spinning the wheel. Are they going to continue doing that, or are they going to try to build that separation from it?
It's interesting. You know what? It's interesting that they fucking even did that with this coming up, almost as if they're like, "Hey, look, we did this. Nobody can do that because we did this.
This is ours. Don't touch it."
Was it Journey to the Center of the Earth?
They were in a car. Oh no, that's Race to Witch Mountain. Journey to the Center of Earth. They could have been.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, and then The Rock was in one of them too. The second one, I think.
Of course he was. But I feel like that one was. I mean, it wasn't. I don't know.
They were going to the center of the earth on that one, though.
They all blended.
Brendan Fraser's a treasure. Don't you ever say that.
It is. I mean, but all those movies blended.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So it was The Rock's movie, and it's Journey 2.
Yeah.
And it's not. Because the other one's Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Uh-huh.
The word 2.
Yeah.
This one's Journey 2.
Uh-huh.
Like the sequel. The Mysterious Island. So they didn't go to the Center of the Earth twice. I guess it makes sense. You don't make that trip twice. I want to say they were on some weird river. So I don't know. Somebody was on a river and terrible things were happening, and that's what I want to happen to Mickey.
Okay.
This is my ideal situation. Fucking snakes fall.
Let us know what you guys are hoping to see Steamboat Willie do. And hopefully it's not sexual, but it's gonna be.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. Make sure you guys
Did you have one?
Yeah, I told you Fortnite. I want it in Fortnite. I want him to be shooting people. That's all.
They already have that cat.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I was like, the cat's basically the same thing, right? It's Cuphead style character.
One more thing. Does that mean the ears are fair game?
Yeah. Specifically his ears, though. Not other ears. If they look like other ears, game off.
Well, I'm saying, like, if I had a character, I just put that hat with the ears on
Oh.
them.
Done.
Just black.
Yeah. They had to be just black and probably floppy.
I like it.
Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. We come out with episodes every week. We're also streaming live on Twitch 4 days a week. You guys can find us at 10 p.m. Central Time. Friendship Supreme everywhere. You can find, I don't know, these two handsome sons of bitches. If you guys have any suggestions or anything you guys like to hear, please let us know in the comments. Reach out to us. Write an email to us. I don't know. I've not gotten an email in a while. Be nice.
It's 2024,
Tell me
my
you
guy.
love me or something. I don't know. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve. And hot dog.